Hello everybody, Wild here, and in this episode we will add sound effects to our PONG game. We will use PHASER's built-in sound objects to load in and play sounds. Firstly, we do have to worry about some browsers not supporting a certain type of sound format. To deal with this, we will have multiple copies of our sound file that have different formats. We will then put these into an array and load the one that is supported by the browser. Thankfully, PHASER does this for you already, so all we have to do is load in an array of paths of our different file types. After we have loaded these files, we can go ahead and set up callbacks needed to play these sounds. I have left a link in the description to where you can download the sound effects that will be used in this video. Go ahead and put them in your assets folder and then we'll use them later in the tutorial. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and load these audio files into our game. So let's go ahead and go into our preload function and do just that. So let's go ahead and say game.load the audio. We need to pass in an ID. We'll set hit 1 just for the first hit sound. And then we need to pass in the paths. So we're going to go ahead and create an array and pass in the first path. Assets hit 1 the OG. That's the first file. And we're gonna go ahead and add the WAV file. So say assets hit 1 .wave. So that's the first audio loaded in, and we're gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing for the second audio file. Say hit 2, hit 2, and hit 2. So now we need to set up a system where we can actually play these sounds when the paddle touches the ball. So let's go ahead and search for the code where we check if the ball touches the paddle, which is our collision code that we've set up in our update function. So all we have now is two collision statements in our update function. There's actually more parameters to this. We have our paddle 1 and our ball. But there's actually a third parameter, which is the callback of when that collision happens. So we're going to go ahead and set up a function right there. We don't need to create a external one. We can do an internal one and say game.sound.play. We need to pass in the ID. We're going to say hit 1 for the first hit for the first paddle. And we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the second paddle. Do function game.sound.play. We'll do hit 2. So all this basically does is it checks when the paddle hits the ball, and when it does, call this callback, which is a function, and we'll just play the sound. And the same thing for the second paddle. So if we now go into our Phoenix web servers list and go ahead and launch up our project, we can see our game loaded up, and when we start it, you can hear the sounds. So that was pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and if you would like to never miss content from my channel, I upload weekly, then please go ahead and subscribe. I would love to hear your feedback in the comments, and until next time, goodbye.